So one of the questions we get most often is, how do we know that the machine is actually counting our votes the way they're supposed to be counted? So today we're going to talk about, before the election, two things happen that are designed to help make sure that happens. Number one, we have a logic and accuracy test. And so what that means is we take every single machine that's going to be used at all the precincts on election day, as well as the machines for early vote and vote by mail. And we take a specially marked set of ballots that have test deck written on top, and we predetermine how many votes are going to get counted for each candidate. We're going to throw in write-in votes to make sure that works right. We're going to throw in some undervotes, overvotes, that type of stuff, just to make sure the machine's accurately reading it. So before any ballot in this test gets put into the machine, we already know exactly what it should be showing us, right? How many votes are getting counted for every candidate, if there's an undervote, if there's a write-in vote, everything. So then we're going to run those test decks through and compare the results from the machine to what we're expecting it to show. And if there's any discrepancy at all, we can take a look and see if there's an issue with the machine, if maybe the scanner's not working right, if that particular ballot deck was wrong, whatever the case may be. But 99.9999% of the time, that works perfectly. That's our way of ensuring that before any actual vote is cast, all the machines are accurately working. So we do that for every single machine in our logic and accuracy test. Now, the second part is what's called the public test. And that's not every single machine, because that would take a long, long time. But there will be a certain amount of precincts where we will do the exact same thing as a public test. So anybody can come in, they can see the ballots, they can see the results, they can see what should be expected, they can watch us put all the ballots through, so that they can make sure that this process is transparent, that they have the ability to know that their vote's going to get counted correctly, and see it all for themselves. So that's the second part, is the public test, where you would get to see that as well. Now, these test ballots never become real ballots. They're kept totally separate. And like I said, they also have a special mark up at the top that says test deck, so that we never ever would count them. But it's a great way for us to safeguard the process, make sure all the machines are working correctly beforehand, make sure they're accurately counting, and make sure that our ballots are formatted correctly too, because, theoretically, if we accidentally mess up the ballot design, well, then that's going to throw the whole election off too. So that's one of the ways, before a single vote is counted, that you're able to verify that the machines are accurately counting what the results say. Later on in the process, we're going to talk about the post-election audit and how that is used to verify that the actual results on election day match up with the results in that post-election audit. So that'll be later, closer, probably actually after election day, when we talk about that specifically. But this is just an example of, probably most of you have never ever heard of a logic and accuracy test, never been aware of the public test, but those are things that happen every single election, whether it's a presidential or a local election with just a few candidates on the ballot. We do it every single time to make sure the process is working correctly.